Welcome back in to Tech Talk here on KGHS and KSDM. From Small Town Tech, we have Doug and Danielle in this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Glad to have you back in. We are working in studio, but that is not the case for everybody out there with the pandemic, which we've made it a while without mentioning, by the way.
Yes.
Right.
But people are working from home, places they aren't really usually, maybe out and about. Kids are doing schooling from home as well. We learned about passwords last week, and there are some ways you can protect yourself, but probably the time to do it now for everybody that is working or schooling outside their normal place.
Great point.
Danielle, you work from home, right?
I work from home
All the time.
And my kids are learning from home. So this is on topic for us.
Yep, as it is for a lot of people. And you're right that a lot of people don't think about, I'll just take my work home and I'll do it there. It's just like being in the office, right? And a lot of times it feels like that because we log on to our computer and it's just like being in the office. But there's, I was thinking that is working from home safer than working in the office? Well, working in the office, you have to drive in maybe, and it could be dangerous out there navigating all the traffic, right? The heavy traffic we have here in International Falls. But it could be just as dangerous working from home, but in a different way. And just like you have to be aware of your surroundings and traffic when you're driving to work, you need to be aware of your security and safety when you're working from home. And that's what it comes down to.
So what should I be doing?
All right.
Is Small Town Tech secure with me working at home?
We're going to have to check up on your security credentials here. Well, think about like this. Every time you send or receive something over the internet, there's a security risk. Every time you send something out there, you send out an email, you enter a password and send that out there. Every time you receive something, you download something, there's always a security risk. So at all those points where you're sending things out, getting things in, connecting to someplace remotely, you need to have security barriers, right? Whether it be a password or whether it be other kind of tools. And these are things that your company may want to consider as well. So one way to do that is to think about how you're connecting to your company. And some of the programs I know that you use for Small Town Tech are browser-based, in which they are a website on the internet that you're going to and you're logging into and you're doing your work there and then logging out of. You're not connecting to the office here in Small Town Tech. It's all on the internet. And so standard internet safety and security of having a firewall in your system that helps block bad traffic and bad actors, and good password hygiene is
Having a password on your Wi-Fi.
On your Wi-Fi, yes. Those are all good things. If you're connecting, and some businesses are set up where they're actually connecting to a server or to files or to another computer that's back in the office, then you have a whole other set of risks in that connection between your office computer and your home computer. If it's wide open to the general internet, it means everything trafficking on it, somebody might be able to access. Right. And so you can set up what's called a VPN, virtual private network. And some folks refer to it as a tunnel. It's a tunnel through the internet between your computer and another computer somewhere else. And it shields that connection from the rest of the bad actors. And so it takes a little bit to set up a VPN for business, but it's something that we can certainly help people do. The other thing that we do when we work from home is sometimes we're not working from home, but we might be in a public space. We might be at the library. We might be at the coffee shop. We might be somewhere else and using public Wi-Fi. Public Wi-Fi is not very safe, actually. There's lots of ways that a bad actor with really not that much computer knowledge can tap into your computer by sitting at the next table over in a coffee shop. And so you want to be really careful where you navigate to. Don't get on your bank account while you're in that coffee shop, right?
That's regardless of if you're doing business.
Exactly.
Or not.
Right? Sensitive data, sensitive information. And besides the technology, think about in a crowded coffee shop or restaurant, there might be somebody over your shoulder who's looking and sees things that, oh, wow, I'm going to take that information down, right? Because they just happen to be able to see you right there, or they watch you type in a password. So those are things that you need to just be aware of when you're out in public. So, just controlling access to your data all along, and see if your company has some policies and procedures.
So for a company looking at working from home solutions, is it still something that's safe, or?
It is, actually. It's very safe. There's a lot of big Fortune 500 companies that people work from home all the time, and it just needs to be done correctly. And using the right set of tools that might be different than the tools you're used to if you're working in an office.
What about those small businesses around here, not Fortune 500,
Yeah.
but thinking, you know what, things have been strange this year. Let's move everybody home for a while.
Yeah.
How do they get with you? What do
Sure.
they need to know to set that up?
Right. Well, what we can do is we would sit down with the business management and employees if necessary and find out what is their current setup and what are their needs, how many people do they have at home, what kind of things do they connect and use, and we'll find the right tool that fits them, that's sized for their budget and for their needs. So we can do a free tech assessment here that gives your business a roadmap to fill in all those security gaps and allow you to work from home. So if you mention that you heard Doug and Danielle on the morning, then if you mention us, remember Doug and Danielle.
That's the
us.
secret password this week.
Yes. Then we will put together a free report for you for your business.
Well, Doug and Danielle, thank you for joining us this week. We'll
Thank
talk
you.
to you same
Okay,
time,
this is
same
Doug and
place
that's
next week.
Danielle.
Thanks, Chris.
Right.